Welcome to Beyond Sunday with Pastor Nick Williams. South Shore Community Church exists to help all people find and follow Jesus. Join us weekly as we talk through current sermons, theology, parenting issues, and how to have a gospel-centered marriage. We are praying that today's message helps you grow closer to Jesus. Now, here's your host, Pastor Nick.
Welcome back to Beyond Sunday, where for this month we're exploring the principles of leadership and personal growth through John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Today we're diving into the 18th law, the law of sacrifice. This law states a leader must give up to go up. Let's unpack what this means and how you and I can apply this to our journey. In my leadership journey, I found that true leadership requires significant sacrifice. I remember a time when I had chose between a comfortable position and taking on a challenging role that demanded more of my time and energy. Choosing the latter meant giving up personal time and some of my comforts, but it allowed me to grow as a leader and achieve greater success for my team. This experience taught me that the heart of good leadership is sacrifice. Again, Maxwell says the law is defined as a leader going up must give up first. This means that the greater the leader, the more the leader must sacrifice. Leadership comes with a price, and leaders must be willing to give up personal gain, comfort, and sometimes even their own rights for the benefits of those they lead. Maxwell emphasizes that there is no success without sacrifice. Every person who has achieved any success in life has made sacrifice to do so. The heart of leadership is putting others ahead of yourself and doing what is best for the team. If you're pursuing leadership for personal gain or recognition, then you are not, in reality, a quality leader. Maxwell warns against destination disease, the belief that leaders can stop sacrificing once they arrive at a certain point. True leaders understand that sacrifice is a continuous process, and they must keep growing and giving up to go further. John 15:13 says, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for his friends." This verse highlights the ultimate sacrifice that Christ made for us, but also helps reflect the essence of true leadership, putting others before oneself. Consider the story of Moses. Moses sacrificed his royal status, his comfort, his safety to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. His willingness to sacrifice for the greater good of his people is a powerful example of the law of sacrifice in action. John Maxwell said, "There's no success without sacrifice. Every person who has achieved any success in life has made sacrifices to do so." This quote underscores the necessity of sacrifice for achieving true success. Another insightful quote comes from Martin Luther King Jr. He said, "A genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus," highlighting the role of a leader in making sacrifices to shape and guide their team toward a shared vision. Imagine a CEO who enjoys significant perks and benefits, but decides to take a pay cut to keep the company afloat during tough times. This leader's willingness to sacrifice personal gain for the team's being earns the respect and loyalty of the employees, driving the company toward recovery and success. We've talked about Nelson Mandela before. Mandela sacrificed 27 years of his life in prison for the cause that he was fighting for in South Africa. His willingness to give up his personal freedom for the greater good of his nation exemplifies the law of sacrifice. Maxwell shares a story about a leader who initially focused on personal accolades, but realized that true leadership required prioritizing the team's success over personal recognition. By shifting focus and making necessary sacrifices, this leader transformed the organization and achieved greater, long-lasting success. Now, as always, let's take a few moments to talk about how you and I can apply the law of sacrifice to our own leadership journey. 5 things. Number 1, reflect on your willingness to sacrifice. Are you actually willing to sacrifice and give up your rights for those you lead? Create 2 separate lists. On the first list, write down the things you are willing to give up in order to go up. On the second list, write down the things you're unwilling to sacrifice. This reflection will help you understand your limits and your areas for growth. Number 2, evaluate your trade-offs. The law of sacrifice often requires trading something of value to obtain something more valuable. What do you have of value to trade? What are you willing to trade? Evaluate these trade-offs to ensure they align with your long-term goals and the well-being of your team. Number 3, beware of destination disease. Reflect on areas where you may be at risk of destination disease. Create a statement for each area stating how you will continue to grow and sacrifice even after you arrive. This mindset will help you maintain continuous growth and leadership effectiveness. Number 4, model sacrifice. Demonstrate sacrifice in your actions. Show your team that you are willing to make personal sacrifices for their benefit and the organization's success. Your example will inspire them to adopt a similar attitude. Number 5, develop a culture of sacrifice. Encourage a culture where team members understand the value of sacrifice for the greater good. Recognize and reward those who make sacrifices to contribute to the team's success. Remember, a leader must give up to go up. By embracing the law of sacrifice, you can lead with integrity, inspire your team, and achieve greater success together. Today, we explored the law of sacrifice and how a leader must give up to go up. By understanding the necessity of sacrifice and applying it to your leadership journey, you can enhance your effectiveness and inspire your team to achieve remarkable success. Join us next time as we delve into the 19th law, the law of timing. Thanks for listening today. Until next time, keep growing and leading with purpose.
Thank you for tuning in to Beyond Sunday. We hope the conversations and insights shared here have brought you encouragement and have deepened your journey of faith. If today's episode has inspired you, we invite you to follow or subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an opportunity to grow closer to Jesus alongside us. Don't forget to share this podcast with friends and family who might be blessed by it too. Until next time, thanks for joining us, and may God bless you abundantly.